Well, Ken, thanks for having me. New Orleans Foundation, thank y'all so much for having me. God bless everybody in here. The heat pad story is real. Matter of fact, my mom brought it there, had a plug hooked up to it, so it's pretty embarrassing the rest of my years with Coach Hank, but nonetheless, I love him with that. So thank y'all in here as well. How about them Tigers, right? How about them Tigers? Oh man, where should I start, y'all? None of us really expected this out of Coach Kelly his first year. As a sports analyst for LSU, I can go ahead and say the same thing. We didn't really have high expectations. We figured LSU would finish 7-5 or something of that nature. But the honesty of Coach Kelly to say that we're taking it step by step with this team to get better has been phenomenal. Watching this team grow. As I talk about this LSU team, I would be remiss not to mention Jaden Daniels and his performance this year. And you look at these NIL deals, I know Coach mentioned that earlier, and the fact that Get Gordon just got with this kid says a lot about his growth throughout the season, right? And he said it, I was listening to Gordon the other day on the radio, he said, well, we didn't know who was going to be the starting quarterback for LSU, so we had to take our time before we made a decision on where we were going to roll with. So just Jaden alone. It is so hard in the SEC to prepare for a player that you hadn't seen a lot of. It is. And for Jaden to come from Arizona State and to accomplish the things he accomplished in a little bit of time says a lot. Having Frank Wilson back at LSU, I think, says a lot as well. Not only in the recruiting, but you're looking at a guy when he was at LSU had running backs like Jeremy Hill and a stable of running backs similar to that. So that speaks volumes about that. Having a healthy John Henry this year says a lot about the Tigers. And being a free agent in the NFL, basically an NFL journeyman, I have a big heart for guys who are walk-ons or who are undrafted free agents. So for Josh Williams to have the year he's having at running back for the Tigers says a lot about him. Got to go inside the trenches, huh, Coach, for a second? LSU's defensive line, when I was a Tiger between 2004 and 2008, 1 year with Coach Saban and 4 with Miles, we were spoiled as D-linemen. We were rolling. We had a stable of like maybe 8 rotating D-linemen that were on 9, sometimes on the interior 7. This LSU defensive interior line is doing it with 3 active interior linemen. 3. That says a lot for a guy like Mekhi Wingo to have 72 snaps in an Alabama game that mattered. It says a lot about a guy, Jaquelin Roy, who comes in on a COVID year and to sustain. And then the rotating guy in Tank Guillory says a lot about those guys. 3 guys. As a former interior lineman, that is impressive. Number 40, where should I start? Harold Perkins. Give a round of applause for that freshman. Coming from a man that's blessed, having great high school coaching from high school, having great coaching from high school, Coach Hank Tierney and his staff, Coach Saban and his staff, Coach Miles, and I won't even get into the story of the NFL teams I've been on. Some good coaching and some bad coaching. But to see the maturity, the football IQ, the playmaking ability of that young man is just great to watch. I mean, for someone who loves the game of football, to see this kid and his uncle's so real. I always talk about his uncle Kevin Rose. We got about 4 slugs at the top, 4 at the bottom. Man, why Big Perk working? Was Jay always up? And I'm like, Big Perk, what's Big Perk? Man, old Perkins. I said, yeah, I heard about this kid. And then Mississippi State game, and you see that his performance against Auburn, and then Alabama. It's like this kid, 18 years old, raising the bar. So I can say that LSU's second level on defense is going to be safe here for the next couple of years. Well, at least 2, we ball like that, 3 and out. But, LSU has been impressive. Going into these next couple of weeks, I do want the team to wake up and be consistent on offense. I think the offense is good, but you and I, everyone in here knows how important it is to be consistent. And then last week, the defense came through in Arkansas. We've had experiences like that. LSU having a big Florida win, 07 year we won a national championship. And then to head to Kentucky the next week and losing the triple overtime because of that hangover big win. When you're a top team right now, we're number 1 in the SEC West, it's target on our back. The Texas A&M game will hit a little different this year. But we have an opponent this week in UAB I kind of look at this game as a notch up over the Southern game in terms of dress rehearsal to finish fine, right? Because I saw a difference in that Southern game. Not just saying that the band was rolling, because the band was on point, baby. I love it. Coach, you ain't lying about the block party, man. I'm a West Banger too. But I will say that I saw LSU working on the things that they needed to get better throughout the season. Coach Kelly could have taken it. He could have said, oh man, I gotta go up against Coach Saban. I want to get him this year, but I don't think I have the guys to do it, right? So I'm going to have to try this the best way that I can, and I'm going to do it. Come here, John Emery, I want to talk to you. I have a play I want you to run. I think it's going to work out pretty fine, guys. It took me a little while to get to know, you come from older dads, a little different. I hadn't met Coach Kelly yet. Both times I went to the office, he wasn't there. I talked with Coach Frank for a minute. But I love how the players are buying into his concept. But most importantly, he's buying into our concept here in South Louisiana. And I respect the fact that he says, hey, I want to bring LSU back to where it is. And it's showing each week. So I'm proud of him. Got a challenge coming here in a couple weeks with Georgia because they are the best team. But we got a couple of New Orleans guys on the roster. And there's a particular guy that played at Georgia, or coached at Georgia last year and won the national championship in Cartaz Hankton. So, I think he's going to do a great job at putting that offense together. Well, go Tigers, and Mr. Kent, thank y'all again for having me.